Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the April 24th, 2024 City of Springfield License Commission meeting. I'd like to open the meeting at 5:30 p.m. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the Springfield Board of License Commissioners hearing held on Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Did all commissioners have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Any questions or corrections needed?
No.
Okay, then I make a motion to approve the minutes for the Springfield Board of License Commissioners hearing held on Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Is there a
Second.
second? Okay, Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay. First item on the agenda is a petition for a change of ownership interest, LLC members, LLP partners, trustees, issuance, transfer of stock, new stockholder, and change of manager from Patricia Hay to Brian D. Coelho for Table and Vine, Inc., DBA Table and Vine located at 300 Cooley Street. Is there someone here for Table and Vine?
Yes, hi, I'm Michael Gold. I'm here for Table and Vine and Big Y, and Brian Coelho is also on the call.
Brian Coelho here as well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, can you tell me what it is that you are doing right now?
Would you like me to attack the change of manager first?
Yes,
The,
please.
the other one's a little bit more complicated. So, as you know, Table and Vine's a wholly owned subsidiary of Big Y. So we, Big Y store managers are the managers of record where we have liquor licenses. We sometimes will move the managers around if there's a promotion or a retirement, or sometimes for development opportunities. But recently, Tricia Hay, who was the manager of record, and Brian actually swapped stores. So Brian is now at the Cooley Street store. He's another very good store director you're going to get in Springfield. He's been with Big Y for over 20 years, more than 4 years as a store director. He has experience working in a supermarket that sells liquor, and he's certified for off-premises responsible serving of alcohol. And he's available if you have any questions.
Okay. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. As Michael stated, I've worked for Big Y now for ever since I think I was 16 years old when I started working for the company. So it was just supposed to be a job that I worked while I was in school, and it ended up turning into a career. So like many people that work for the company. So yeah, I'm excited to be in the Cooley Street store now. You know, I've been a store director, as Michael said, for about 4 years. I was an assistant store director prior to that. I was actually in this store as an assistant store director about 5 years ago or so, prior to when they had the Table and Vine in here. But my most previous assignment in the Enfield Big Y, we sold beer as well in that store. So I do have experience in a store that does sell alcohol.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. What was your experience? So are you tip certified right now?
I am.
You are. Okay, good. And how many, well, where do you live?
I live in Wilbraham, Mass.
In Wilbraham. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Brian?
So the checkout method there is I'm shopping and I want this is an all alcohol license, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to buy a bottle of gin. And when I go up to the register, is there a certain register designated for alcohol? Are they all registers for alcohol?
All registers you can purchase alcohol at.
And are all the clerks of age to check out alcohol purchase? How does that work?
Yes. So anytime anybody comes up with an alcohol purchase, even if they go to a cash register that has a cashier that's not of age, they call over the supervisor or somebody that is of age in the store, And we
Okay.
verify the address, or I'm sorry, the license and the date of birth and all of that, and we complete the purchase for the customer at that time. We'll scan the item.
And
The
they ask
system will
them for the
actually-
license and they put it into the register, like at the West Springfield Table and Vine?
Correct. Yep.
But the system will actually lock up. So if the system knows if the cashier is underage, and as soon as the barcode is scanned, the light goes on, they have to get a supervisor or someone of age to come over and complete that sale.
Okay, all right. I'm always very flattered when they ask me for my license at West Springfield.
Right.
You and me both.
Well,
Wilbraham always cards me.
they're only trying to move forward.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, any other questions for Brian?
I was just gonna say, needless to say, you can't self-check out with the alcohol, right?
I'm sorry?
You can't self-check out with alcohol.
Correct. No.
Okay, great. Well, I'll make a motion to accept Brian Coelho as the manager of record for the Table and Vine. On Cooley Street, 300 Cooley Street. I think we're going to do two petitions on this one, two motions. Attorney Bonavita?
Yes.
Okay. So is there a second?
Second,
Okay. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, now we can move on to the second part.
All right, I apologize in advance for the detail, but I believe it's necessary. So this has to do with the transfer of stock and change of officers and directors. So again, Table and Vine being a wholly owned subsidiary of Big Y, it's effectively the liquor division of Big Y. As a result of this ownership structure, we're required to obtain approval from the ABCC and local licensing authorities when there's a transfer of stock interest in Big Y. So in 2020, I came here when the then only two shareholders of Big Y, Charlie and Donald DeMoore, second generation family owners. I know you guys Springfield, so you know who Big Y is. In connection with estate planning matters, they established trusts for the benefit of their adult children who were working in the business and transferred non-voting shares of Big Y stock into those trusts. I received approval in Springfield and also from the ABCC for those transactions. Well, the reason I'm here today is that Donald and Charlie DeMoore recently made some additional estate planning transfers for the benefit of those same children as those 2020 transfers. And similar to 2020, I went to the ABCC first to get their approval. They call it an inverted filing process. And I believe you received a letter from Ralph Sacramone of the ABCC at the end of February approving the transactions, subject, of course, to your approval. I can briefly summarize what those transactions are. So each of Donald and Charlie DeMoore transferred additional non-voting shares into those same trusts for the same children, and the children are third generation family owners of Big Y. At the same time, Donald DeMoore transferred his voting shares to one of those children, his son, Michael. Michael is an officer and director of Table and Vine and Big Y. And then additionally, Charlie and Michael DeMoore transferred all of their voting shares into a voting trust, of which they are the only trustees and beneficiaries. Again, all estate planning transactions, we have no new parties to this transaction to the stock. We also changed the officers and directors. Charlie DeMoore and Claire DeMoore Daly resigned as officers and directors of Table and Vine, and newly added to the ranks of officers and directors of Table and Vine are Christian DeMoore and Nicole DeMoore Schneider. They are both existing trust beneficiaries, current directors of Big Y, and they're part of that third generation. I should just note, if it helps, that the only person in all of this paperwork who's new to the party that you haven't seen before is a trustee of Donald DeMoore's gifting trust, and that trustee is Todd Schneider, who is Donald's son-in-law, and for what it's worth, he's a police officer. So I'm sure he's had plenty of Corey checks in his past. So that's what I have, and I'm hoping that you'll approve these transactions.
So
Thank
this
you.
This has already been approved by the ABCC and it just has to be ratified in every municipality in which there is a Big Y
Right,
with a liquor license.
right, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
No, I think it's pretty clear. Thank you so much for that. So at this point, I make a motion to accept the petition for a change of ownership interest, issuance, transfer of stock, new stockholder for Table and Vine Inc., located at 300 Cooley Street.
Second,
Commissioner Cade,
Yes,
Commissioner Singleton,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, Brian.
Right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. Second item on the agenda is a petition for a change of hours for Mexirico LLC, DBA Mexirico, located at 1021 Main Street, from closing time 12 a.m. until 2 a.m. for only Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday, serving alcohol until 1:30 a.m. and business closed at 2 a.m. For Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the hours will stay the same from 10:30 a.m. until 12 a.m. And Anastasia Chirico is manager of record. Is Anastasia here with us? No, I just let someone in, but I'm not sure if it's Anastasia. It is not. Okay, Attorney Bonavita, do you know if, do they know they were supposed to be here today?
I assume that Edna, she always notifies every party that's on the agenda.
Okay,
So I would assume they are notified. I mean, you still could vote on it if you find it suitable, adequate as far as any questions you may have. Looks like it's a change of hours.
Mhm.
Well, I have a question about
Depends
whether
on-
they've addressed the South End Citizens Council on this and whether they know that the hours are being extended to 2 a.m. So I'd like to know that. But I would recommend we continue this if they're not gonna show up.
Your motion, Peter?
I make a motion to continue this to our next meeting, which is May 8th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Cade,
yes,
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you. Third item on the agenda is a petition for a change of manager for Venture Inc., DBA Panache Banquet Hall, located at 827 State Street. This is from the late Charles G. Lee to Bernard Holston, manager of record. Attorney Bonavita and I were in contact earlier today. We just want to make some clarifications for the record in regards to Panache and the manager of record.
If you want me to comment, this originally, we found out when we were looking at this on the agenda in the package, was previously went from Charles Lee to Mr. Brantley. I believe it was Peter Brantley.
Peter, yeah.
And he just recently passed away. It went to the ABCC, the local board approved it, went to the ABCC, they sent back a reconciliation initially. It went back to the ABCC, and we don't have anything in our records that show that the ABCC. What was that? We don't have any anything in our records that show that the ABCC actually approved Peter Brantley.
Oh.
So because of that, and because he's passed away, that's why it's showing from Charles Lee to Bernard Poston.
Okay.
Just for the record.
What's a reconciliation, Anthony?
Well, it's when they have some type of a dispute.
About the
And-
application?
What was that?
About the application? There's something there?
Yeah,
Oh,
something dealing with the application. It was either
Oh.
missing
Oh,
or something along those lines, or some
Okay.
problem with it,
Hmm.
and then they reconcile it and
Okay.
and went to the ABCC. But we've checked our records as late as today to make sure, and Edna can't find anything coming back from the ABCC approving Mr. Brantley. So as it is, it is what it is, and
Yeah.
since not, he's passed away, it has to be transferred to a manager. So.
of course.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so, I see Mr. Bernard is here. Bernard, Holston, can you hear me? You're muted.
Still muted. Nope.
You are still muted, Mr. Holston. Still can't hear you.
He has a hard time with this computer stuff. On the top corner, Bernard, if you hover over, you should see a blue button with 3 little dots. And it would say unmute.
Miss Claudette, good seeing you again.
Yes, how you doing?
How are you?
He's on
having
an
a hard
iPhone anyway.
time. Huh?
He's on an iPhone, which is a little different.
Mm, let's see. I wonder if I can call him and then he can be on speaker. Let me give him a call. Hopefully it'll work. You're muted. Do you?
I can hear you. I can hear you speak.
Okay, can everyone hear him?
Mr. Bernard?
Yes.
Okay, good, this is good. So, I'm gonna ask you a few questions, before, we approve you as manager of record. And, I'd like to know, what type of experience you have being a manager of a record of an establishment, a liquor license establishment.
Well, I've been in training from my uncle himself at the club for probably 6 months to a year.
In training, so you don't have any experience, being the manager of record?
I'm sorry, repeat.
You don't have any previous experience being manager of record? Or management, I'm sorry?
Experience I do have is being in training with my uncle, which is Peter Brantley.
Okay, are you tip certified, sir?
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. I'm sorry.
She's asking, are you tip certified? No, he's not tip
I'm
certified
not.
yet, but I have given him the information to become.
Okay, where do you live, sir?
Where do you live?
I live 127 Lume, Springfield, Mass.
Okay. Do you understand that, that being the manager of record, you are responsible for anything that happens in the in the club at Panache, whether you are there or not?
Claudette, you're gonna have to translate.
She's saying, do you understand that anything that happens during, you know, any event or anything that happens up there at Panache, that you are fully responsible, whether you're there or not? Do you
Yes, I
understand that?
understand that.
Okay, and you accept that responsibility?
You accept that responsibility?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
Do you
Yes,
have any questions?
how many hours, will he be working? How many hours, will the club be open, Claudette?
They're normally, my uncle used to open the club at 5 in the evening.
Uh-huh.
And depending on the night, it could go until like 10 or 2.
10 or 2 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, here's a question. Does the liquor license, transfer over to the ballroom?
I'm sorry,
To the
Andrew.
Panache?
Does the liquor license transfer over to the ballroom, or was that two separate entities?
No, it's all one license.
Okay,
The-
so during the
the,
time,
The Big Boys Club or whatever it is, and then the big banquet facility,
right,
it's all one license.
all one license.
Yeah.
So he'll be working more time if, you have a special event. That's the question.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Any other question? Peter, you had a question?
When is the tip certification gonna be complete? I mean, if he's the manager of record, we need to have him tip certified. All employees tip certified, but especially the manager of record. That can
We're
be done
not op-
online, right?
We're not open right now, so, and he's in Atlanta doing some work there. He'll be back at the weekend, so he'll get that tip certified done sometime next week, and we won't open up until that is done.
Okay.
Everything's in place.
Can you forward the copy of the certificate to the commission office?
Should I send it to Edna?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay,
that'd be great.
all right.
One last question, Claudette, how many employees will be working?
When the event is, I mean, when the club is open, it's usually one bartender and the manager that's there.
Okay, and when you're having an activity?
Now, when we're having a big event in the hall, it's usually, that could vary depending on what, you know, the event is. Probably could be anywhere between, 3 to 5 bartenders, you know, on the floor. We're going through a renovation of Panache right now also, so we're not even open over there. But if there's a big event, yeah, I would say at least 3 bartenders would be on the floor.
Okay.
At least.
All of which will be tip certified.
Yes.
Mr. Bernard will make sure, Mr. Holston will make sure that they're tip certified.
Bernard, she's saying you would make sure that everyone, all bartenders are tip certified.
Okay, yes.
Okay, now you mentioned that he is out of town. How many hours will he be? He is gonna be in town. He does live here. He is gonna be in town. And how many hours will he be working?
Once again, that would depend on the night, because some nights are much slower than the others. Matter of fact, we're even thinking about, I mean, maybe not even opening some nights because they are slow. But that's why I was hoping we could get like a second person, but we can't get a second person, you're saying. But whenever it's open, I would say between, Bernard, you know what days are usually more, what days are usually kind of busy?
The
More so
busy
than,
nights will be like a Tuesday night, Friday night, Saturday night. And those nights we actually go to around 1:30. It actually can possibly go to 2. Usually around 1:30. Those are the busy nights.
Those busy nights, you plan on being there the entire time?
Do you plan to be there that entire time during those busy nights?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I plan on being there whenever the bar's open. I plan on being in the bar.
Okay. Any other questions from the commissioners? No. Peter?
Nope.
No? Okay. Then I'll make a motion to approve the petition for a change of managers for Adventure Inc., DBA Panache Banquet Hall located at 827 State Street from the late Charles G. Lee to Mr. Bernard Holston as new manager of records. There a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Singator?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, next is an informational hearing for Rose Entertainment LLC, DBA Rose at 555 Worthington Street, Antron Goodrich, Manager of Record, and this is a continued report for complaint. Is anybody here for Rose? No. I make a motion to continue to May 8th.
What were we gonna talk to her about?
Yeah.
The controlling the noise?
We were trying to find out if they have come to an agreement
Right.
in terms of the noise. That was pretty much it, because the other allegations, that person was not a patron of the bar that day, so it was really just the noise.
Okay. Second your motion.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singator,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Next item on the agenda is the Harmony Lodge number 140 IBOE, DBA Harmony Lodge number 140 IBOE at 7375 Wilbraham Road, Dorian Keyborough, Manager of Record, for an incident of March 22nd, 2024, allowing non-members. Anybody here for Harmony Lodge? No? And I'll make a motion to continue Harmony Lodge number 140 IBOE, DBA Harmony Lodge number 140 IBOE at 7375 Wilbraham Road, Dorian K. Barrows, Manager of Record, incident of March 22nd, 2024, allowing non-members to our next meeting, May 10th. Is it May 10th or May 8th?
May 8th, second.
May 8th.
What was that?
May 8th.
May 8th.
And then I
Okay.
seconded it.
Okay, great. You seconded. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singator,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, in old business, we have Palati Inc., but they did, I don't know if you all received the email, they were asking for continuance until May 8th.
Yes.
So the-
Attorney Van Johnson contacted me and he verified that they want. He thinks that they're gonna have the lease signed for May 8th.
Okay.
Shortly in the next few days, but not in time for this meeting, so.
Brief.
Okay, then I make a motion to continue Palati Inc., DBA Palati at 8 Tamby Road, Jose Hernandez, Manager of Record, letting La Taqueria del Pueblo Bar and Restaurant operate and purchase liquor with Palati liquor license. Lease is fully executed, it says, to May 8th, 2024.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singator,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay,
Mexi Rico's here.
Mexi Rico is here. Okay,
That's good.
okay, so, I'm gonna reopen, then, Mexi Rico. We did continue until 5/8. Who's here for Mexi Rico?
Emma, the owner, and Lisa talked.
And who else you said?
Lisa,
Emma and Lisa.
Emma and Lisa. Is Anastasia Chirico?
no, she's not.
Okay, who is Lisa to Mexi Rico?
Oh, she's my business consultant. She was the one who helped me with the license.
Okay. Okay, so, this is a petition for a change of hours for Mexi Rico. LLC DBA Mexi Rico located at 1021 Main Street from closing time 12 AM until 2 AM for only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, serving alcohol until 1:30 AM and business closing at 2 AM. And then
Mhm.
for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the hours will stay the same, which are 10:30 AM to 12 AM. And Anastasia Chirico continues to be the manager of record.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so, can you tell us, why you want to change, your hours?
In the area, there's no food around, and people are asking me to stay a little bit longer. I'm gonna be serving food, kitchen open, and serving. I would like to serve alcohol until 1:30, if it's possible to,
Okay.
on the weekend. Because the
Are you,
traffic with the casino and everything around, so they sometimes they want to stay a little longer, and we can.
okay, um, are you just selling food? You are not having any type of entertainment?
It's sometimes I do have an entertainment, but it's not like regular.
Okay, so what
Like
type of
for
entertainment?
example,
I'm
oh
sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, sometimes I have a DJ in the house or a little band.
Okay.
Sundays we close at 10. I'm closing at 10 usually, but we're having like a Puerto Rican music, like música jíbara, and it's a family night. That's why we just want to keep it until 10 on Sundays. Mhm.
Okay, okay, any questions from the commissioners?
Have,
You're gonna need a late night entertainment license.
I do have it. I do have it.
You have a late night entertainment license already?
Yes, I have an entertainment license. And
Yeah, I know,
Is
but
it-
there's
is it
another
a-
one for late.
Is it a late night with the extension? The same extension
Oh,
you're requesting from us, you have to
okay.
request for the entertainment,
Okay. Okay. I'll do that then.
okay?
Johnny had a question.
did she contact the neighborhood council?
Have you reached
Yes,
out?
I
to
did.
them?
They approved. Yes.
Do you have anything to show us that they did that?
They asked me for an email to send a letter, and I think the lady from the city hall told me that she was gonna include an email with all of us, but I haven't seen anything. But the president told me that he's willing to send a letter.
And how long have you been open so far?
6 months.
Okay. You haven't had any incidents and
Nope.
any problems?
Thanks God. No,
Good.
no.
Okay, good, good. Any other questions from the commissioners? No?
No.
Then I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the petition for a change of hours for Mexi Rico LLC, DBA Mexi Rico located at 1021 Main Street from closing time 12 AM to 2 AM for only Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, serving alcohol until 1:30 AM and business to close at 2 AM. For Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the hours will remain the same from 10:30 AM to 12 AM. And Anastasia Chirico continues to be the manager of record. Is there a second?
Yes.
A second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
No.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you. Okay, so, I believe, Etna will be in contact with you. Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, thank you. That is all for today.
Can I ask the question? Just for
Yes.
clarification that, so make sure we give proper notice on, Rose Entertainment. Rose Entertainment and Harmony Lodge. We could send them a letter saying, I mean, I know Edna notifies anybody on the agenda, but we could send them a letter saying your presence is required. If that's what you want to do, if you want them to actually physically come in or be on Zoom, obviously, but physically appear, we could send them a letter and say, make it a little stronger than just you're going to be on the agenda, that your presence is required at the meeting. So if you want me to do that, I'll be happy to have that get done.
Please,
Yes.
yes,
Okay,
okay, thank you.
well,
Unless we have anything else, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:05.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.